the JB Clark YouTube channel live. We're at the St Lawrence ground for the 2020 Blast between Kent and Durham, and we're going to see possibly the big hitting Ben Stokes. This is not the first sporting event we've got for you live tonight. We've also got for you, as we look at the teams there, Sam Billings is there, Joe Denley is there, and we've got Ben Stokes and Cameron Bancroft there. Bancroft at number 3, as you can see. But also we've also got some football highlights. The kick-off match is also returning at 10:30 this evening. So Durham, and of course that'll be premiering at 10:30. So Durham have called, and it was ahead. So Kent win the toss. Now will they bat or bowl? It looks a very good pitch, and of course we'll have the comment section below. They've decided to bat, so Durham will be chasing. It's a nice middle ground here down in Canterbury. Should be a good game here tonight. 2020 specialist Dan Stevens, who's been around there for some time as well. Let's not forget him. Joe Denley down the bottom of the order. They haven't got the best bowling attack, Kent, but you never know in this game. Ward as well can bowl for the Durham boys as they come out onto the field in their yellow tops. There's the dark shirted Kent. Dark blue they wear. Known as the Kent Spitfires. Vitality Blast. So you were aware down to Morgan that they got rained off, so we've moved over to the other side of the country, right to the very east of the country, and we're here at the St Lawrence ground here in Canterbury. One of the great old grounds. Unfortunately the tree has gone, but there we go. And there's going to be some spin to start with, as Javaskis will bowl the first ball of the innings. As we all say, spin is a very good component in 2020 cricket. It's a nice quaint old ground this at Canterbury.
Yep.
That'll be through the offside. This might go for 4. Well, the outfield is not quickened up, and they'll run, I think, 2, maybe 3. Big one 3. Crawley. Score ever in 2020 cricket has been 3. Not much experience. He's at the top of the order.
Yep.
We'll run up back to the library. Just going to break off for a second.
Change of bowling. The captain is going with pace.
Right, like 7 without loss. There was no boundaries scored. Just lost the voice on the commentary there. Still a little fault with the microphone. It has been used quite a lot today. Mark Wood into the attack, following his best delivery. And they'll get a couple there for that, I think, Kent, will they? Or will they just get the one? No, just the one then. The problem with 2020, it's a problem with live cricket. Sometimes you get these faults where they're getting to bowl. 20 overs aside. Once we're finished here, you'll be able to watch highlights on the. We've got a premiere coming up at 10:30 on this YouTube channel, so don't go anywhere because we've got the kick-off match. We've got Manchester City, Tottenham. We've got Everton against Watford. That's a game you wouldn't want to miss. Arsenal at home to Burnley. That's a good shot, by the way, by Zach Crawley. That'll be the first boundary down to feet per man for 4. It's a great shot. Yeah, so Arsenal play Burnley. That's the 3rd match, and then the 4th match is Southampton, Liverpool, and Wolves against Manchester United. 10:30 on the JB Clark YouTube channel. Northwest highlights. With that loss now in the cricket, live from Canterbury. Possibility of a drop chance, or was it just bouncing before we got there? No, it was good fielding actually. There's no problem with me not dropping it, I don't think. Wood into the attack again and smashed away by Crawley. And there could be problems here. Oh, now then, is that a 3rd umpire job? Sure, the 3rd umpire. Oh, no, he doesn't need a 3rd umpire. He's out. Well, what a calamity from the Kent batsman. Yeah, he was out by a mile. Wood ran him out. Good pick up and throw. Wood just knocked it out, and Zach Crawley has gone. Just checking though. Sure, the 3rd umpire will be in there. So Crawley out for 7. Run out by Hart. It's 12 for 1 now, Kent. I don't know. The real 2020 specialist, Darren Stevens. With lots of 50s, of course. Also played for Leicestershire in this competition. We've won the competition with Leicestershire. Well, Drummond gets the ball through the onside, just for a single. End of the over, 13 for 1 Kent after 2 overs. Of course, we've got the review system in operation, should we need to. And both teams have a review each innings. It's a nice stroke through the offside by Bell Drummond, but should just be, I think, a couple there. Stevens was having to scamper back there. And there's number 23, Bell Drummond. So 2 there, 15 for 1 is the scoreline now. In the air from Bell Drummond, straight to the fielder. Run rate just shy of 6.5 and over. That's a fantastic delivery. So Baskis has really got those balls whited now, spin deliveries whited. That's going to be through the onside. There'll just be a single again. 16 now on the board with the loss of the 1 wicket. The onside, but no run this time. That's the view from above St Lawrence Crown in Canterbury. Up, and he has gone the aerial route now. Darren Stevens, he is a big hitter of the ball, and that's 4. Might see a few fireworks now that Darren Stevens is now at the crease, and maybe Joe Denley later. Will certainly get fireworks from Cameron Bancroft and Ben Stokes when they back for Durham a bit later on in the game. End of the over, 20 for 1. 3 overs have been bowled. Here comes Mark Wood.
Yep.
Oh, it's a nice shot from Bell Drummond through the offside. Try and look for 3 if they can. Oh, now then, is this a third umpire job? It is. They were looking for 3 here. And Bell Drummond could be in some trouble here. I think he's gone. I think this is a run out. And it is a run out. And Bell Drummond has gone for just 11. 2 for 22. All the 2s. 2 for 22. Sam Billings. England one-day man. 95, his highest ever score. Now we will see some fireworks with him and Darren Stevens at the crease. This is going to be some contest now. Oh! Wood reckons it's LBW. May have been a slight edge on the bat. They're not going to challenge it. Just a little warning there to Darren Stevens that Mark Wood is not going to hang around here. No, too high. Too high. I'd be amazed if the umpire gets that out. Don't challenge it, Darren.
Yep.
That's in the air from Stevens. Through the onside. Just a single. Good cricket. So in an hour and a half's time you'll have football. Till then it's cricket. Live 2020 cricket.
Waiting.
No run. And of course I can read your comments in the comment section on the live feed on the laptop. So if you've got any comments, start making them away and make your predictions for the match. And I'll even shout you out as well. They thought there might be an edge on that. The umpire says no. I don't think they'll challenge that.
Change of bowling. The captain
Ben
is
Stokes
going
into the
with
attack
the
now.
medium pacer.
4 for 16. This man can get wickets. We've seen on so many occasions for England, all-rounder.
Yep.
Oh, gets an edge. He goes down to third man for forward. It's Darren Stevens. It wasn't out, by the way. They could have challenged it, but it would have been not out. But it was 4. That came off the glove, in fact, from Darren Stevens. Just needs a good delivery now. 2 wickets down, Mel Kent.
Writing.
Better delivery that from Ben Stokes. Drove Stevens onto the back foot. Tell you what, these deliveries from Ben Stokes are really good. Even the one that went for 4 was very unlucky because I thought he bowled it perfectly. Just didn't have a slip in place. Otherwise it would have been a regulation catch. No, not out. No, he's tight. They will consider challenging it, but I doubt they will. One thing's for certain, I think Ben Stokes is in for this long haul.
Waiting.
It's not been a bad over. Just even though we conceded 4 off it, this hasn't been a bad one at all for Ben Stokes whatsoever. It's been pretty consistently good. And that's the end of the over. 27 for 2.
Are now 27 for 2.
Just the 4 off it. And back comes Mark Wood. And There's a reminder of the review system. You get one review each. And that's all you get per innings. There's Wood. It's in the air, but it's safe. Oh, it could be run out. They were very slow at running there. This could be third umpire. No, it's not. Another brainless run out from Kent. And Trapaskis has just thrown down the stumps. One, an accurate one, and two. No contest at all. Watch this. This is great fielding from Durham. Hi JB, or should that be Allah? It's Sam Billings. He didn't even face, I think he faced 3 balls. He's gone for a duck. Well, if he wanted fireworks, we haven't got him from Sam Billings. Well, Darren Stevens has run his partner out. He's got Kuhn on the non-striker's end. He's still there on 9 from 11 balls. He's 27 for 3, Kent. They're in trouble. Massive trouble here at Canterbury. And now Stevens will have to make up for that. Nice to have you with us soon. It's nice to have you back on YouTube. And of course there's a kick-off match, and Liverpool are on there a little bit later on, along with Everton, Manchester City, Burnley and Manchester United. All the North West teams featured. 10:30 the premiere here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Meanwhile, Stevens hits it through the onside. They'll just get the one for that. The running between the wickets from the Kent boys has been nothing short of appalling, really. And Stevens has somehow made it to for 10 from 13. Kuhn now will face his first ball. You're going to be in for an entertaining game here, because we've got Ben Stokes as well, Cameron Brancroft later on. So I think this should be a good game. At the moment, Kent don't look anything like cashing in on this 6-over power play at the moment. Oh, they appeal for a little nick there. Is it caught behind? No, says the umpire. Again, they could challenge it, but I don't think they should. Save it until later. I think Durham are in the driving seat at the moment. I think this is that's a given. Oh, that'll break the shackles from Clun. Had to. Through the offside for 4. Well, we're going to see Nathan Remington into the attack. Sue says, can't wait for the premiere. Don't know what the real thing will be like. The exchange behind closed doors without a crowd and that. Well, you'll still be able to listen to the commentary on the JB Claret YouTube channel. The commentaries will just be the same. The only difference is we won't get a crowd noise. At least we'll get the season finished. Meanwhile, back in the cricket, Stevens hits it off the side, gets an outside edge, and it goes down to deep third man. And just takes a single. Good delivery. Beat the bat though. No point in appealing for that. Durham in a very good position. 3 down for 34, Kent.
Waiting.
Runners of course go through to the quarterfinals.
Writing.
Stevens not out 12 from 17 balls, and Kuhn not out 3-4 from 3 on the non-striker's end. Stevens on strike, and he's got that away. That could well be 4, but it's going to be cut off down at the boundary. Now, this will be interesting. Oh, it's a direct hit, but I think he's home. Darren Stevens. I think he just got home in the end. Wasn't a knock to spare there. Anyway, he's on 14 from 18. Yeah, well, the season resumes football-wise on the in June, and you'll be able to hear the climax of the Premier League here on the JB YouTube channel. Full audio commentary of the climax to see if Liverpool, well, they should win the title with plenty of games to spare, I would have thought. Oh, it's edged down to third man. That was a real opportunity there for Durham. Again, good fielding. I have to say the field inside here, Durham have been really good. Very good in the field. Well, we're into the 8th over, and only 38 on the board here. They haven't really cashed in on the power play at all. And that's down to good disciplined fielding and good disciplined bowling from the seamers and the spinners of Durham. And I think there might be a little edge on that. Umpire doesn't agree. They do have a little query about challenging it. They have a 10-second brain to do that, by the way. But they decide not to challenge. Quite right too, I think. So, Kent still in a lot of trouble. They're not even into the 40s yet. They're on 38 for 3. It's not looking good for Kent at the moment, it's got to be said. 0 for 16, Mark Wood. And awfully well.
Yep.
Ladies parting some run-outs, edge to third man. Again, just a single. 39 now on the board for 3. There will need to be some... They will have to blitz it now, you feel, Kent. They need to get some big runs here, big boundaries. They want that wicket, they want that Darren Stevens in the hutch, but the umpire says no. Sue wants the Kent boys to win. At the moment, if you were a betting man and you wanted to have a fiver on which team's going to win and go through the quarter-finals, you'd have to say the men in yellow at the moment look like the likely winners, but as we saw in the NatWest quarter-final at Bristol the other week, we thought Nottinghamshire didn't have enough runs, and then they got Gloucestershire for 8 down and ended up only losing it by 2 wickets. But it was a cracking game. This is what limited overs cricket can do for you, even in the 2020 game. Here's Remington now into bowl. Stevens is the man that really needs to cut loose now. They need to get big runs from Darren Stevens. He's a 2020 expert. Remember, he won the 2nd edition with Leicestershire back in 2004, beating Surrey in the final at Edgbaston. I just want to remind you that the 2 semi-finals will be played at neutral grounds. We'll tell you when there will be as soon as we get to the semi-final stage. Probably Old Trafford or Edgbaston, and then the final at the Lords. So the road to Lords begins in earnest. Green and yellow, green and yellow. So he's really getting into the spirit of the cricket. I hope you enjoyed that NatWest quarter-final. We'll have a NatWest quarter-final coming up next week as well. And should be a good battle there.
Yep. Gotcha.
Good delivery that. But I fancy that might go for 4. No, well cut off on the fieldsman. And there's a problem here for Kent. Ooh, just shy of the stumps. And they're on to 44 for 3. Remington into bowl. Oh no, we're just over 5 and over. They were at 6.5 and over. Down the third man. They're just not running between the wickets enough. They need to start running here, the Kent boys. No, can he? He's trying to score quickly. 9 from 7. No, that missed the outside edge. No way that would have been out.
Change of bowling. The medium
Here's
pacer
Ben
is
Stokes.
coming into the attack.
Just 4 off that first over, which was very good. That was a lucky one for Darren Stevens, which went to third man for 4.
Yep.
And gone! Darren Stevens is in the hutch, and guess who's got him? Benjamin Stokes! Durham on fire here. What a shot and what a catch. Lee takes the catch, and Ben Stokes is up to his old wicket taking tricks. Darren Stevens 18, 45 for 4.
The left-handed batsman is coming in.
Pressure on Alex Blake now. Nearly half the side have gone, and there's still a good portion of the game still to go here. Here's Ben Stokes. Oh, smashed it through the offside, but there'll just be a couple of runs here. And good fielding, just the 2. But Benjamin Stokes again, what a super cricketer he is. The heroics against Australia last summer, proving how good a cricketer he is. He's just conceding 1 or 2 sloppy runs here. Again, just another single. They've just gone past the, I think they've gone past the 50 mark, I think. Well, 49 for 4 it is. Oh, now then, half a shot for LBW. I have to say that was close. I'm not sure if it was plumb or not. I think it's worth a challenge. They can get half the team down here. This could be an interesting performance. Now then, the ball was legal. He was on the line. Now then, one question needs to be answered. Did he edge it? Oh, I have to say that might be not out just because of height. He certainly didn't edge it unless he got crouched down to a certain angle. I think this could be not out. It was a very good delivery, this, from Ben Stokes. It was certainly good line, decent length. The only question is, was it going too high? I mean, usually when it hits the meat and 2 veg, it's usually not out. Well, let's see what Mulcahy makes of this. It's certainly, if it was staying down, it was going on to hit the stumps. I think the height might be just the big issue here. Yeah, it's near his meat and 2 veg. I can't see this being given out, actually, although you could say it was very adjacent. Let's have a look. Certainly pitching in line. Impact in line. But the wicket is missing. So, in theory, it was not out. Just for a moment, I thought the wicket was going to fall. But the decision will stay the same. Not out. You only spoke it, you're supposed to sing it. I can't sing, I'm a commentator, Sue. You can't sing. And I can't be known to be biased to any of the teams. I have to be unbiased as a commentator. That's rule of commentary, as you well know, Sue. Anyway, I just want to ask Sue, if you're watching, how is the new sound system doing for you? Ooh, nearly overthrows there. 50 for 4 now at the moment, Kent. How's that sound bar doing for you at the moment? See Ben Stokes coming into bowl. Hits it away off the onside or the offside roll for the Sue says as Paul Gocklin comes in to bowl, right on medium. I've got to stay up all night to wait for my delivery. What about you? I'm okay. Yeah, I'll be going to bed about midnight because I've got work the next day. Yep, I'm back to the old day job of key working tomorrow. Oh dear. That's a wide. So an extra run there for Kent. Just to remind everybody, if you are tuning in, I hope you're all staying safe or whatever you're up to. Well ducked there. Again above shoulder height, although he ducked a little bit, which was a little bit of a false thing. And he's gone aerial. A couple of bounces and into the fence through the offside for 4. A welcome boundary that for the Kent. for the Kent boys. Named, of course, the Spitfires. To the famous World War II aeroplane, and of course it was in real life the last Friday, the 75th anniversary of VE Day, of course, victory in Europe. At the end, of course, of World War II. 55 for 2 now, if you're just wondering about the score. We've just had some breaking news that Dele Alli apparently has been robbed at knife point in his home. That's real life news that's just come through to us here at the JB Claret YouTube channel. And I've just heard in my ears that news. So Dele Alli in real life has been robbed at gunpoint. Let's hope knife point. I hope first of all Dele Alli and his family are okay, by the way. So a little bit of breaking news, I'm afraid. It's not good news if you're tuning in, if you're a Tottenham fan. But don't worry, I'm sure everything will be okay as regards Dele Alli. As the footballers, of course, prepare to go back to training for the June the 1st start. Meanwhile, back in the cricket, 55 for 4. Winners go through to the 2020 quarterfinals. Home and away basis in the quarterfinals, and it's neutral territory in the semi-finals with the final at Lord's. For the first time that Lord's has ever held the 2020 Blast final. Been held at grounds like Trent Bridge and Edgbaston and the Oval before. To single off that one, so 56 for 4 after 11 overs, and this is where now with 9 overs to go, at the moment Kent are making heavy weather of this batting, because at the moment with only 56 on the board, this is a real worry. Remember, they've got one review remaining. Durham have used up theirs, but it did look half a shot for LBW. The only problem was they were just concerned about height, and that was the only trouble with that. But having said all that, we've got Blake on strike, he's on 10. Kearney's not out on 9. Here's Ben Stokes, and that's smashed through the offside, and that will be 4, and a welcome boundary for the Kent boys. Tremendous shot. Bang. They need to get that run rate up, and that shot from Blake will help. 14 from 11. Stokes 1 for 13 into his third over. And through the offside. And they'll just look for 1. 61 now for 4 is the score. 9 off 9 deliveries. And the Ben Stokes got the prize wicket of Darren Stevens. Oh, they appeal a little catch behind. Did it hit the outside edge? No, the corners of the umpires. No reviews remaining for Durham. That's gone through the onside. As the fieldsman back, they'll just take a single there. 62 now on the board for the loss of 4 wickets. As they retain Australia, 4 for 62. Also had the opportunity of seeing 2 for 22 earlier on when Kent were at that score in that game. And they appeal LBW. Stokes. Oh dear, there's a comedy of errors there. And they were trying to appeal something, and then obviously the soundbar is pretty good up until now. I'm starting to get used to it. Well, that's good that you're enjoying the soundbar. It's pretty good. Sounds pretty good if I'm coming across really good on it. Oh, it could be a mix up here. Get back for 1 again.
The score is now 4
End of the over. 64 for 4. There's 8 overs to go at. They're on 64 for 4. I think if they're going to make a game of it, I think they need to go 1. Well, at the moment they'd only get 107. 10 and over will get them to 144. I think they need to be going at 10, maybe 12 and over here. They have to take risks here, the Kent boys. They've got 6 wickets in hand. Why not?
Waiting.
Remember, it's knockout 2020. There's no league system. If you lose, that's it for the season. Very good stop in the field there. Buffering now into bowl. 0 for 6 when he's 1.5 overs. That's a big shot by Kun. Gets a couple of bounces and into the rock for 4. Welcome boundary that for Kent. 68 for 4. Off the spice of the bat though, it's got to be said. Bit lucky, but Kent, the way they've been playing today, they're due a bit of fortune. Maybe fortune just favoured Kun there, and you know, with a brave shot like that. He's on 15, Blake's on 15. 68 on the board for the Kent boys. And they need plenty more boundaries like that if they give themselves a real chance of winning this game. Just take a single. Better running between the wickets. The running between the wickets earlier on in the innings was completely and utterly poor. So at the moment, leading edge, could have gone anywhere. No run, 69 for 4. The leading edge there, that's a bit of a worry there for Blake. Through the offside, he'll get at least 1. What about the second? Thought better of it. 70 on the board now, 70 up now for Kent. Still need a lot more than that, what they've got. If they can get to 150, it makes them have a bit of a fight. 150, 160 can still be a difficult total for teams to break down, even in these rescoring days of one-day cricket. Oh, leading edge, and that was a chance. It didn't carry. Oh, dear me. Remington 40 had his man. And the catch caught behind, and I think Remington will have his man. Another one goes, and that's half the Kent team down. Nathan Remington. He thought he had his man before, he's got him now. Good catch behind the stumps. By Bancroft, it's 70 for 5, and Blake goes for 16. Mohammed Nabi is the new batsman. And 5 down for 70. And this is a poor batting display from Kent. Durham have been everything that Kent haven't. They've been very, very good. They've been very, very decisive in what they plan, that their field plans and their bowling attack has been like. He started with spin, which may have confused things a little bit. But at the moment it's 70 for 5, and some big players are back in the hutch for very cheap runs. Not so much cheap runs, but very cheap wickets, I should say. In the air. Nabi off the mark. 4. Through the onside. 74 on the board for 5. They haven't scored a 6 as yet. As I say, there's still time for obviously that to change. Remington has got 1 for 13. That's been pretty good. This is good cricket.
Waiting.
No run. Into the 14th over. 74 for 5 now, Kent. Bounces. Hello, Trevor. Are you tuning in for the kick-off match at 10:30 tonight? We've got 5 North West clubs and we've got some London clubs as well. Arsenal and Tottenham will both be in action as well against our North West 5, our Fab 5.
Yep.
It includes Liverpool, Everton, Burnley, and of course Manchester City and Manchester United. A big game, and it'll be a premiere, so I'll be able to join in the chat with you. It's an hour-long episode, by the way, Trevor. A big hour-long episode, and I'm looking forward to the golf and the Cup Final Grandstand, which is in about a week on Saturday now, isn't it? Has everyone been enjoying the Euro 96 reruns? I certainly have. I was watching the game between Scotland and the Netherlands earlier on. If you missed a lot of the games, 11 days to go for the Cup Final. You'll be able to see that exclusively. It's exclusive to Trevor Sports, that, by the way. I'm doing the commentary. And obviously he's got Europa finals coming up, and he's got European Cup finals coming up, and he's got a lot of summer sport coming up as well. I think the build up to the Cup Final will be almost out. Well, it's like the old days, Trevor, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I'm off that day as well. Commentary's bad also.
Yep.
Oh, it's edged. But it's safe. Commentary isn't bad. You had me going there for a minute, Trev. Oh dear me. Well, anyway, 78 for 5, Kent. Typing error. Always the case, Trevor. Always the case. Anyway, it's in the air. It's going to go for 4 here from Naby. Big moment that for Kent. They need to get boundaries. They've got 5 overs of the game of their innings left. You've had a beer. I don't blame you. I can't have a beer tonight. I'm back in work. I've got to be up at 5 o'clock the next morning. I'm back working. I've got to do, I think, about 8 days straight of key work of my day job. Various shifts. I'm got a 14-hour shift tomorrow, so I'm going to be very busy. Anyway, here's Remington into the attack. Wish I could have a beer, or in my case a Guinness. Other stouts and other beers are available. Will I be having a beer? That's just going to while I break off for a second. That's gone down to deep third man. Now this could be trouble. This could be trouble. This could be run out. Is this a third umpire job? No, he's in. 86 for 5. Trevor says, will you be having a beer on Saturday 23rd of May? You bet you. You bet you. Whilst I'm watching the build-up to the big game. Of course I will. I'm hoping it'll be a cracking FA Cup final. And it's a delight to bring it to you in the guise of Trevor Motson. And of course he's got some big dates as well. Trevor Davis. 2 big European finals involving English teams. Manchester United in the Europa final. Manchester City in the Champions League final against Barcelona. What a game that really promises to be. I'm looking forward to watching that one too with a beer. Meanwhile, in the cricket, again smashed the third man. That was a 3 hit because there was a no ball. Again, the fielding has been pretty good from the Kent boys. Not the Kent boys, but from the Durham lads. Of course, we've got Ben Stokes to come later on in the game. Benjamin Stokes. And Nasser Hussain once said, should be a Sir Benjamin Stokes. And here comes Remington now. 2 balls to go this over.
Catch it.
Oh, it's a smashing shot by Naby. That's going to be 93 on the board. They might creep up to over 100 here. Could make things a wee bit interesting in a run chase. Shot through the onside. Picked his spot well. No 6s as yet in the game. That could well change in the second half of this match. Oh, it's gone! Naby going for the big hit. He had to, really. And it's 93 for 6. Well, this is a great performance in the field by Durham. They are taking the fight to the Kent boys here, and away from home as well. They've travelled they've travelled the full length of the country to be here today.
The player departing the field.
And Mohamed Nabi, who looked in good touch, has gone for 16. 6 down for 93, as they say in Australia. Now then, Joe Denley, he could be the man. Remember, there's 4 overs to go. They've got 93 on the board. Clun is on strike. Denley will not.
Waiting.
Well, that's a waste of an opportunity there for Clun. I think they need to go 3 figures here to give themselves a chance. I think that's what they need to do. Great cricket game this. And the appeal, I think it was a half-hearted shot for LBW, but no, well, Cameron Bancroft there, a bit slow on the uptake there. They've stolen a single there, the Kent boys.
Yes.
Nicely played. Well run as well. They were saying you don't do it because you are a commentator, saying you're supposed to tell me what the fire stick's supposed to do. I wasn't asking you to sing a song that supports the team. Ah, right, I see. I feel LBW is outside the line. I don't, to be quite honest, I've no idea about fire sticks. I've never held one. Oh, it's in the air and safe. It's in the air and another single. They're edging towards these 3 figures. Ended his 17th over. It's 97 for 6. I don't know the words. I can't sing. I can't sing. I don't sing on live television. So, as much as I'd love to sing, I can't sing. Anyway, Liam Javaskis, who played a part in one of the run-outs, he's now on for the final 3 to bowl one of the remaining 3 overs.
Yeah.
Oh, he smashed that in the air. That's well cut off down there at the boundary rope on the offside. Trevor Sports says I'll sing. But it'll have to be over. It'll have to be over this chat. Fair enough, Trev. You're a braver man than I am. Let's put it that way. Anyway, here comes Javaskis again. Oh, he smashed that down to 3rd man. And 100 up for Kent. 103 for 6. Clever shot, that. And I don't know the lyrics. But that is a good shot. I think if they have a good last 3 overs here, Kent, this could make the run chase for Durham a little bit more interesting. Here we are at Canterbury. No tree in sight. Remember, there used to be a tree, if you may remember, on the boundary rope. There's an opportunity there for a LBW against Joe Denley. They haven't got a review left here, Durham. Not out, says the umpire.
Yes.
Oh, nicely played there by Joe Denley. The way he knocked that down and just stole a single there. It was brilliantly. Yeah, Canterbury Tales, of course. Yeah, they used to have the. You may remember this, Trevor. You remember back in the day they had a tree just in front of the boundary rope, and they had the boundary rope behind. Yeah, and it's just a shame that tree's no longer there no more. It made Canterbury a very unique ground in cricketing terms. As we go for another quick single here. It's a beautiful ground here in Kent. They call it the Garden of England. You can see why it's the Garden of England. There's so much scenery and countryside around here. It's untrue. Dover ain't too bad either. End of the over. 105 for 6 after 18 overs. Here comes Benjamin Stokes.
The captain is going with the medium pacer.
Yeah, it was actually. If you hit the tree, I think you got the boundary. I think you got the 4 or the 6 if it was in the air. Yeah, I think you did score if you hit the actual tree as well, I think. Here's Benjamin Stokes. He's such a player, and we'll see him hopefully bat. He's due to bat at number 4 in the batting order for Durham.
Wait there.
Run rate a shade over 5 3/4 per over.
Yeah.
Oh, that could go for 4. It does. Was that even off the bat? No. Certainly above shoulder height. Anyway, we'll check the extras at the end. 109 for 6. And a bit slow running again, the Kent boys, and a bit slow in the field there, Durham. 110 now for 6. Oh, he's got it away. That's going to go down to third man, I think. No, just a couple there, I think. Wasn't going to reach the boundary. Our shortest boundaries here at Canterbury, here at the St Lawrence ground. Played a few one-day internationals. England have played here before in the NatWest series a few years back when they had the triangular series for 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
It's in the air and again safe, just a single. And then 113 for 6. Well, can they try and get 130? I think if they get 130, I think it's still a chance. But it's beautiful countryside here at Canterbury. There's a cathedral and goodness knows what else. Of course, there's Gillingham, of course. Oh, the reverse sweep there from Denley. He was trying it. Oh, leading edge, but along the ground. These are good delivers from Dafaskis.
Yeah.
Beautifully fired and got him! Denley finally goes for 12. And it's another wicket for Durham. Good catch at first slip. Oh, beautiful. Hart with a tremendous catch. Travaskis gets his deserved wicket. Denley goes for 12. And it's 7 down. Singh Grunewald is the new batsman. Into the final over, of course. There's 3 balls to go. I don't think they'll be all out. Oh, I think they've got him here, LBW. Very enthusiastic appeals. But not out. Well caught behind, not out. Well, it looks as if 1 ball to go in this innings, and then we'll see the Durham reply. So Vasquez has really come on and bowled a perler, but they'll just get the 1. So 114 now for 7 after their 20 overs. Not enough. I don't think they were good enough, really. They made 1 or 2 bad errors. So let's have a look at the scorecard then. Some of the highlights there, but we don't need not bother with those. You'll be able to work the good thing about it afterwards when you've watched the football, the kick-off match a bit later on. And of course, just to remind you before we carry on with the game, let me just remind you we have a guest player competition, and if Russ Vernon's watching, it might be a bit of an importance to him from the first week's competition. And we got the second week's competition. I'll explain all that later. The winner, of course, the first 5 correct entries who get the correct answer right to our mystery Burnley player will win 100 Johnny Bonds. Anyway, let's go to the scorecards quickly, and I'll take a couple of minutes break and then continue with the game. Kent, Drummond went for 11. There were no players really that got into even 30s. The highest score was Heino Klum with 23. I mean, Bell Drummond went cheaply, Crawley went cheaply, Stevens went cheaply, Billings went cheaply. He didn't even score. He faced 3 balls for a duck. I'll explain that in a minute. Alex Flake went for 16. Naby looked good, and then he was caught by Bellingham brilliantly, and then Hart got rid of Denley for 12. Kavaskis doing well. Groeneval was not out, and Kun was not out for 23. And a shame all his partners didn't do it. I'm a bit like Trevor Sports. I access through the web page. Yeah, I also have an Amazon account where I can order stuff from Amazon online as well, and things like that. Right, anyway, here's the bowling figures. Travaskis, 4 overs, 1 for 23. Mark Wood, 4 overs, none for 18. Ben Stokes, the great Ben Stokes, 4 overs, 1 for 20. Remington, very good, 1 for 4 overs, 2 for 22. Coughlin, 2 overs, none for 12. And Hart, 2 overs, none for 11. And the match summary: 114 for 7 Kent. After their 20 overs, very slow over rate as well. And it means now if they're going to win Durham and get through to the quarterfinals on the road to Lords, they need to score 115 within 20 overs to win the game. I'm going to take a couple of minutes break, and then we'll be back with the Durham report. Welcome back to Canterbury, where the situation, as I said, 114 for 7 Kent. Easy from the 20 overs. And Durham need 115 from their 20 overs to win and go through to the 2020 last quarterfinals, I should say. And just to remind you, the latest we got on the PES 2020, we've downloaded it for the PC, Trevor, and we're just in the middle of sussing out the mods. Just been a busy few days for my brother and I. Me as obviously key worker as well, doing a good job around there, and of course my brother's had other things to do, so we are going to get the stadium mods and the kit mods and everything else sorted out, and then we'll get a series going, and we might even bring back Scott Sport up in Scotland, because there's a Scottish Premiership now, isn't there, with Rangers and Celtic. They've got their grounds up, and we're going to download some of the Scottish grounds as well, so we might bring back the old Scottish television show, Scott Sport. You know, the great Arthur Mumford. Anyone living in Scotland, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. One of the great guys, and of course Archie McPherson up there in Scotland. Anyway, enough about that, and let's crack on with the Durham reply. Just to remind you, 115 they need. Alex Lees will be one of the openers. Bancroft is in at 3.
The medium pacer is coming into the attack.
And Stokes stewing at number 4. Bellingham is also there too. So here we go then. Here come Durham. 115 to win. Lee's on strike. I thought about it for a second. JB, I'll be back for the football. Don't worry, Trevor. I'll see you then. Nice to hear. Nice to see you, actually. Well, hear from you. They'll run again. Let's start this one, Kent. Couple of dot balls. As we saw in the NatWest quarter-final, we saw some to-ing and throwing in that game between Nottinghamshire and Gloucestershire, you may remember. But at the moment, Durham can't get off the mark yet. There's a tidy over this, you know, from Klassen. Now then, off the mark this time, and 4 through the offside. He's smashing that away. Hopefully we'll have this wrapped up by 10:30. That's when we're due to have the premiere of the kick-off match. And then here comes Klassen again into bowl. He's the man on strike. Oh, nice shot. Through the offside, down the cow corner. That'll be 4. Don't worry about that. Consecutive boundaries to Leeds. Bang. We saw Lancashire against Surrey absolutely take them to the cleaners in one of the other last 16 games. We've seen a similar game here. We're seeing something a little bit similar here. Final ball of the Clistover. 8 on the board, Durham. Oh, he's gone big, but this could be out. And Leeds is... Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, can you believe that? Look to wicket all the way. Leeds hit it up in the air, and it was dropped. And here comes Alex Blake into the attack. 9 without loss. Leeds is the man not out. Bellingham has not faced the ball yet. That's been talk that Ben Stokes might be promoted to 3 if a player goes early here for Durham. So we might see some fireworks from Benjamin Stokes yet in this 2020 match. So we take a crucial wicket of Darren Stevens. It's in the air, but it's safe. It's Bellingham on strike now in the offensive first ball. Remember, 115 required. This is David Bellingham. Highest score in 2020 history. In his 2020 career, it's been 40. As we've seen before in one-day cricket, smaller targets are not that difficult. Shouldn't be that difficult to get. Oh, I think he's made it. Can't think he's out. Oh, I think he's just in. Or is he? No. Tell you what, that's tight. He's not out. Sue says the Scottish football would be great. I used to love watching Scottish rugby. Yeah. We're bringing back. What we might do is bring back. We're just seeing the replay of that run out chance again. It was not out. Why the television director is showing this, I do not really know. But there we go. Anyway, Bellingham's off the mark, albeit a little bit heart in mouth stuff. He's on 1 not out. And chipped in the air. That's a good shot by Lee through the offside, and that'll be 4. 20 without loss. Look at that. Again, nothing more than a forward defensive. It's not 20 without loss, it's 15 without loss. I apologise. Yeah, we're thinking of bringing back the old Scott sport. New Year's when Scottish television had the rights to the Scottish games. It's a great Arthur Mumford and Archie Macpherson, the viewer of faces. Yeah. Of course, Rangers and Celtic. I'd love to be able to do a commentary on the Old Firm games. Pez would be a good idea for that. Anyway, meanwhile in the cricket, it's in the air. Leeds will get 4 through the onside for that. A small contingent of Durham fans here at Canterbury today. Under the second over, 19 without loss, so they're well under the 100 mark now to win.
Right there. Yep.
And it's gone. Bedingham is gone, and the first wicket falls for Durham. Now then, could be a little twist in the tail here. I'm hearing also that Ben Stokes is going to come in at number 3. Was due to play at number 4. So we might see Ben Stokes. Anyway, meanwhile, David Bedingham has gone for 1. It's 1 for 19. And as expected, Ben Stokes comes in. He's a smashing player when he gets going, Benjamin Stokes. He really is. And he's on strike for this first ball too. This man is an amazing batsman.
Waiting.
Just a dot ball. This man can truly bat, there's no doubt about that. He's looking to smash down the ground if he can. At the moment, Klassen has got the wood on him a little bit. That's the Ben Stokes we all know and love. 4 more off the mark. Typical Ben Stokes type of shot. Smashing it through the offside. Just shy of the boundary rock, mind you, but that's what we're used to seeing. It's what we saw in the Ashes last year. He's smashing it all over Readingley and for many, many runs. Oh, he's looking for the big hit. What favourite type of daylayed dunker if you have one? Just normal daylayed dunker, if there is such a thing. I've never really eat them that much. I'm more of a chocoholic, if I'm being honest too. Anyone who knows me, I'll run there from Ben Stokes into the third over, 23 for 1. I'm more of a chocoholic. You'll see me with a nice big bar of Bourneville chocolate or fruit and nut, or Cadbury's Caramel is the latest one. You can get those big bars as we see Lee's on strike on 18. Darren Stevens is the new bowler. It's in the air, but it's okay, safe through the onside. They're well above the run rate, by the way, just to get back to the game. 7.5. Of course, the run rate they have to be above is the 5 point something or over, so they're well on the way to doing that. In the air from Ben Stokes. That's a magnificent shot down the ground. That's what Benjamin Stokes is there was born to do. Darren Stevens reconvenes his little private battle with Ben Stokes. Remember, Ben Stokes got Darren Stevens in the Kent innings.
Right there. Yeah.
And he's got, oh, it's revenge. Darren Stevens has got his revenge and Ben Stokes has gone. Well, that's a nice little comeback from Darren Stevens. And the gamble for Stokes to come in at number 3 and try and finish the game off has backfired here for Durham. It's a tremendous catch by Crawley. And it's 28 for 2. Stokes gone cheaply. Well, Cameron Bancroft, the Australian now, the wicket-keeper, has got a big job to do now. This is not an easy run chase as we all thought it might be. In the air from Bancroft, he could be out too, he's gone! Oh my word, what a game! Darren Stevens has got 2-2 and he's on a hat-trick. And Kent have just hauled themselves back into this 2020 last 16 game. Joe Denley with a super catch and Bancroft, the wicketkeeper, goes for a duck. It's 28 for 3. Well, would you Adam and Eve it? Scott Steele now for Durham. They've got 3 men back in the hut because the 2 danger men. And they can't affect things anymore, Mrs. Stokes or Bancroft. 28 for 3. Wow. Answers on a postcard, please. They've never seen the... Well, the hat-trick ball was avoided, by the way, by Steele. Now then, Leeds is on strike. That's a good shot. Don't worry about that. That is going for 4 through the offside. 33 for 3, all the 3s. 3 for 33 if you're an Australian. Nice to hear from you, Panini, by the way. Are you joining us for the kick-off match a little bit later on? That's due in half an hour. And all depends on the finish of this game, of course. Oh, that's a nice shot in the air. That's a nice shot. 37 for 3 now. It's a good shot by Steele. Remarkably, even on a small ground like the St Lawrence ground, we haven't seen any 6s yet. Surely that's got to come at some point. Well, Classen's into the attack. He's into his 2nd over, or his 3rd over of the game. Oh, smashed away. That's beaten the fielder, and then a couple of bounces before. This is good. And a comeback from Steele. Maybe it's the lesser known blacks in the Durham side that it could be the heroes today. Move over, Ben Stokes. Coming Steele. Come on, you Spitfires in the Garden of England. I nearly said the Garden of Eden. Oh, Steele's got hold of that one. Another couple of bouncers. And it's over the fence for 4. We're very slow on the uptake on the boundary. This is a big over for Durham. They needed it after losing those 2 big wickets. So 12 from the over. Steele on 13. Showing a lot of Steele, by the way. Oh, he's gone big again. Through the onside. 16 from the over and 2 balls to go. He got a bit lucky. He nutmegged himself there. He's scoring that boundary. Nice little trick shot there from Steele. Sam Billings trying to do the chasing, but in vain. 49 for 3. Chasing 115. They've lost 3 wickets, however. Oh, he's done it again. Through the onside, through the offside, through the onside, sorry, for 4. 20 from the over. It's a big in. I'm going to make it 24 or 26 off the over. Again, he'll be looking for the onside boundary again. And he's going to be 24 from the over. What a big over that is. End of the over. 58 for 3. 26 off it. In fact, it's not. It's a no ball, I think. And it's a free hit. It's not the end of the over. And now, all of a sudden now, it's 58 for 3. We got a free hit. No run from it. And it is 27 now off the over. It's 58 for 3. Oh, you could not write the script for this. So Stevens now 2 for 10. Very economical bowling.
Right there. Yes.
Oh, they thought about it then. They thought about it then. And just to remind you, the kick-off match will be premiering in 25 minutes. Once we're finished here. Oh, and a drop catch. Could that have cost Kent their 2020 place here? She might not be able to stay much longer. Well, stay as long as you can, or even better still, put it on charge if you can. Maybe it might do you some good to get an airfall charger, but that was a big chance gone begging there for Kent. The fourth wicket there, one with Lees and Steele now both set. That was a big chance wasted. The chance has been taken this time, and Lees is gone, and it's a fourth one down. And Darren Stevens has done it again. He is the 2020 specialist. Not with the bat this time, but with the ball. Or with the ball, rather. Good catch.
The batsman making the
Crawley with two magnificent catches, and Lees goes for 23. 4 for 58. New batsman for Durham, Farhan Bahiden. 72 his highest 2020 score, but he won't be getting 72 today. He's off the mark anyway with a sublime shot through the offside for 4. Durham move on to 62 now. It did have a famous tree on the pitch. I think it got destroyed, in a storm one year. Lightning struck it or something or other. And it is a beautiful ground, the St Lawrence ground, and we're delighted to be here today to bring you this 2020 game. Oh, this could well possibly be the first 6. No, it's not. Again, another bounce for 4. It's 66 now, and I still think this game's evenly poised. Even though Durham are scoring quickly, but they've lost 4 wickets. And remember, they've only the 6 wickets in hand. So a lot could still happen here in this match. Lest we forget. The offside proving profitable here for Bahidi. 3 for 18 Stevens. But it's going to be 3 for 22. It's 70 up for Durham, chasing 115 to win. This will have the NatWest match as well. What's the conclusion of the NatWest Trophy? We've got 3 quarterfinals to bring in. Right, Mohammed Nabi. With 14 overs to go. We've had 6 overs, so we've had the power plays, and Durham have taken full advantage of that, although they've lost 4 wickets. That's another good stroke, and that's 4 more. Steele showing the steel to smash it through the onside, sorry, for 4. 29 from 9. 74 on the board. Remember the target, 115. Oh, this could be trouble. This could be trouble. He's out. It's 5 down for 74. The wicket keeper's got him. And Steele going for 1 big hit too many. Has gone. Nabi has got the breakthrough. And this was brilliance from the wicket keeper. Look at that for a dive. And isn't he delighted, Gronewald? Scott Steele, 29, 74 for 5, Durham. Gareth Hart. This is now desperado time. He's only ever one day. His highest score in 2020 cricket is 11. He needs a big innings now. And he's gone big. He's gone to the boundary. He's gone. 2 in 2 for Nabi. He's on a hat-trick too. Oh, Durham, are they going to fall short? They need 4 wickets now, Kent.
The bowler is now on
Bahinen goes for 12. It's 74 for 6. Could they possibly defend this? 114. I did say cricket had the capacity to surprise one. I didn't honestly think it would surprise to this extent. get at least a single for that. So it's 75 for 6. And this game is far from over as far as the contest is concerned, because what it does now, it gives Kent half a chance. Smashed down towards third man. And got him. There was a bit of a delay on the boundary rope. And it's 7 down. And Durham, having played so well in the field and bowled so beautifully earlier, are making life difficult for themselves and are in danger of losing this game.
The batsmen making their way back.
Darren Stevens in the action again, takes the catch and out goes Coughlin for a duck. So the man who took 2 wickets in the Kent innings, Liam Travaskis, is now into face. Gareth Hart is there on 1. Nicely played. Down to third man. I think they'll try and pick up a couple. No, they're just going to keep it at 1. So 76 for 7. And the equation is simple now. 39 from 78. They do need a run of ball, but they're trying to finish it in style, and maybe that's not the best play. Anyway, we've had 7 overs of unbelievable cricket. 77 for 7s. We've got all the 7s there. Stevens is into the attack. 3 for 23. This man's a T20 specialist. Could be a candidate for man of the match at this moment in time. You went home a bit, went away prematurely, Travis Sports. You're missing a cracking report and run chase here. .37 from 76. 36, sorry, from 75, I should say. He's gone down the ground and gone. 36 for Durham to get 2 wickets for the Kent boys to steal victory, and it's 4 for Darren Stevens. He could be the candidate for man of the match. And Kent, you have to say at this stage of the game, are red hot favourites to win. And Travaskis has gone for 1. 79 for 8. It's all down to, and they've got Mark Wood now. He's usually a match winner with the ball. Now he needs to be a match winner with the bat. 36 required of 74 deliveries. Stevens. Oh, just short. Wasn't a good shot for at all from Mark Wood. Here's Hart on strike. It was Hart, in fact, who went for the stroke. Played. The late over's gone. 36 still needed. And Durham have only 2 wickets in hand. They have to take the gambles now. They are flying into the quarterfinals. It didn't look at about 25-30 minutes ago. It didn't look a possibility. It does now. Here's Mark Wood. Bills the fieldsman. They'll get a boundary with that. Good shot from Wood. 32 to get. Sort of shot that Ben Stokes himself would have been proud of. 83 for 8. Never thought I'd find myself commentating on this sort of thing. Yes. Just take the 1. We'll get Gareth Hart on to strike here. He's going to be the key man, I feel, for Durham now. At home, we can take a little bowl or a bucket for the Mountain View. Oh, that's a nice stroke. But You only get one, I'm afraid. So 30 from 69. One gets the feeling there won't be 69 balls left in this game.
Catch it!
Shouts of catch it, this could be out. Oh, he's dropped it! And it could go for 4! It's gone for 4! Would you believe it? Oh, what a game! I bet Panini's watching at home and thinking, how's that out? How's that not out? Mark Wood has just hit a boundary that could be so crucial. And he's just hit another one like that. Oh my word, 22 needed. Oh, how many more twists and turns are we going to have in this 2020 game? This is by far the most dramatic 2020 game we've brought you live this year. .22 from 67. Mark Wood is taking the ball by the scruff of the neck. He's gone big again. He's done it again. The fast bowler has smashed. Nabby away now. Darren Stevens, 18 from 66. If one man doesn't deserve to be on the loose, oh, it's a no ball. Darren Stevens, what a time to bowl a no ball. It's the wrong time. 4 for 26, remember, and he's just bowled a no ball. And he can't be caught from this because it's a free hit, so you'll get 1 for that. And it's 99 for 8. And Mark Wood, who's proven to be a hero here for Durham. Oh, good fielding. Darren Stevens, who's bowled magnificently to get 4 for 27. This is his final over, incidentally. And he'll just get Harton to strike. That's nice. Now then, Hart, 6 for 9. Just take a single. Just don't take a single now. It's 100 up for Durham, incidentally. He's had a good spell though, despite the no ball being delivered. He's got 2 balls left. Can he do a bit more damage here? Well, Hart hitting for 4. Yep. Hit him down the offside for a single. 14 to get. It's Mark Wood here, who's going to be on strike for that last ball. He scored 18 from 7. This has been a remarkable turnabout. Again, pushes it through the offside, just takes a single. Just takes the pressure off a little bit. He'll keep the strike. 10 overs gone. There won't be 10 overs remaining. They would be going at 204. Forget about the projected scores. They're irrelevant at this stage. It's all about getting those 13 needed. And Wood has got it through the onside, and he's got a 4. He's going to be Durham's hero. Kent need him out. We've reported it earlier. Dele Alli has been robbed at knife points. Hopefully that he's okay and his family are okay. Anyway, this is spoiling a dramatic ending. It's Wood. Oh. Tell you what, that was close. 106 for 8. Here we are to talk about that on Sky Sports News. Anyway, here we are in the cricket. And it's Mark Wood again. It's in the air. He bounces, it's 4. Durham are nearly home. Sam Billings, the captain. What an innings this is from Mark Wood. 5 from 57 deliveries. He's gone for the big hit. He's gone for the big hit. He's gone. He's all injured on the next couple of deliveries. It could go either way. Wood thought he won it. He smashed it high in the air. He thought he got 6. He hadn't got enough elevation. And Naby has took the wicket. Sam Billings has got him. And it's all injuries now on the final man, Nathan Remington. They need 5 Warhams. Kent need 1 wicket. I doubt it's going to be 56 balls. They need to get it. Oh. Well, this could go either way. What a dramatic finish to a T20 game which has had so much excitement in it. Oh, what a stop again. Remington thought he got it through, but he hadn't. And remember, Stevens can't bowl now. He's bowled his 4 overs.
Change of bowling.
Imran Krayem. What a responsibility now. Spinner in. Hart still battering away on 7. Smashes it away. We'll try and come back for 2 here. And they've made it. 3 now to go. Nitro Fire says, hi JB, hi to you, and come on Durham. Just 3 from 53 needed. The fielder in. It's in the air. It's going to go for 4. And Durham have done it by 1 wicket. What an incredible finish to an incredible 2020 Blast game. Very low scoring, but very dramatic. And Durham have just about held on and have gone through by a wicket. But not a lot to spare, and Kent played their part in a tremendous game of cricket. It may not have been a high-scoring affair we were all expecting with the talent out there, but one thing's for sure, it was full of drama at the end. The Durham scorecard. Highest scoring, incidentally, was 29th by Scott Steele. Leeds have got off to a good start. Bellingham didn't last long. Ben Stokes, we all thought might do the job, went for 8 from 7. Bancroft didn't lasted 1 ball. Scott Steele, as I said, made 29 from 10. Bahida went for 12. Hart was not at 13. Got the winning runs, incidentally. Goughlin out for 1, out for none from 1. 2 golden ducks there. Travaskis hung around for 2 balls for each 1. Mark Wood hit a superb 27 off 12 balls. When he thought it might have cost him there. Remington hung around for 2 balls, scored none, but hung on in there, and it's Durham through. But you've got to feel some sympathy for the Kent bowlers. They bowled magnificently. Klassen, 3 overs, 1 for 38. Blake, 1 over, none for 10. Darren Stevens, 4 for 30. What a superb, and the best economy rate of the lot. Naby was just as good. 3 overs, 4 for 32. Quayam only had the 2 balls, none for 6. And it was an interesting game for sure. The man of the match, well, it was a toss-up between Darren Stevens and Mohamed Naby. Naby's just got it, but it's his side that bow out, I'm afraid. Durham by 1 wicket. And so that winning boundary from Gareth Hart has got them through, and it's been a magnificent game. It's been enjoyable. You can watch it back here. We've run out of time, I'm afraid, on the broadcast. We're going to be going over to Manchester on the JB Corrick YouTube channel for football highlights from the second round of Premier League matches involving North West clubs on the kick-off match. The games include Man City against Tottenham, Manchester United away at Wolves, Liverpool away at Southampton, Burnley away at Arsenal, and Everton at home to Watford. Oh, those are the 5 games you'll be watching, plus Guess the Player, where you can win yourself 100 Johnny Bonds. But we're done here. What a match, what a game. Durham win it by a wicket. But my goodness, didn't Kent push them so hard. 114 for 7, played 116 for 9, and it's Durham who reached the quarterfinals of the T20 Blast. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to tune in for the premiere in 5 minutes time of the kick-off match. Until then, in 5 minutes time, I'll be able to join in the convos as well on the comments as well. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, watch the kick-off match with me, and I'll see you for that in 5 minutes time. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.